So I summarize because I know that this is rather complex, and really this last page, the summary page, if you have this, you have what you need. It's very good. Only the goodwill is good in itself. Any other good can be used for bad ends or purposes. And maybe we can pause here for a moment. Happiness, right? Can happiness be used for bad ends or purposes? Why isn't happiness the good in itself? Why is it the goodwill? Any takers? Any ideas for how we could refute that position? And again, we come back to the very good point Genet made in the very first class, and that is that people have different values and societies have different cultures. And what gives happiness in one culture, in a different culture, is not guaranteed to do so. We also have no way of judging between these two cultures, because then you need a third culture, which is objective. And you stand in this objective third culture to judge the other two cultures, but who judges your culture, right? You get stuck in this loop. And so happiness is one of these things. What is happiness? It depends, right? Culture to culture, group to group. The goodwill, though, right? Does this depend? I mean, if you intend to do good, whatever that means may be something else, but the intention there, I want to do this because I think it's a good thing to do, that doesn't depend on culture. Of course, once you start acting, it depends, but the motivation, what drives the ethical impulse, the goodwill, says Kant, is that. This leads us to, okay, what does a goodwill do? Let's say I have a great will. I woke up today, I'm feeling really good-willed. I just want to go out there and do good stuff because my will today is maximally good. What do I do? Well, my goodwill will act from duty. What is that? What is that duty? What am I talking about? A person embodies a goodwill when they do the right thing because it is the right thing. You have a duty to do the right thing, and you want to do this duty. They act out of respect for the moral law. And again here, many people seem to do the right thing, but they do it for weird reasons. And I think of people who do charity and film it and put it on the internet, and then they really, their motivation here is just to feel good about themselves. That's a selfish reason. That's using other people as tools to make yourself feel good about yourself. This is not a goodwill. It seems like you're doing a good thing. You're in the streets, you're giving food to the homeless. Your will is not good. You're not doing what you're doing because it's the right thing to do. And so this is what Kant says the goodwill does and should be doing. We have a duty to exercise our actions such that they conform to the moral law. And then finally, what is the moral law? This is the categorical imperative. Act in accordance with the maxim through which you can will at the same time that it becomes a universal law. In other words, whatever you do, you want to be able to will that what you're doing is a universal law. If I think you should steal now and again when you're hungry, then I think now and again people should be able to steal. If I think that it's okay to cheat a little bit on a test, then I think people should be able to cheat a little bit on tests. And is it logical? Is it possible to will this as the universal law? That is the test Kant gives us. And secondly, the same idea expressed differently. Treat other people always as ends in themselves and never as means. Joseph's example of the Nazi worker who goes to Auschwitz every morning, really likes his job, really good at it, right? He's efficient, really good at his job, takes immense satisfaction. He gets a goal in the morning, he completes that goal by lunchtime, doing the thing, but he's using mass murder and the end of the freedom and dignity of other humans for his satisfaction. That's what makes it so grotesque. The amount of other people being used for your satisfaction and treating others as things, as mere objects like a game or pawns or something. That's what's so absolutely grotesque about this.